Hello, hello. Rebecca saying, hey all, I can't be with you tonight. Been taking care of my granddogs all afternoon, so no words for me to report. Enjoy your evening, and thanks again, Sebastian, for being with us every day. Oh, well, I hope you're well. That's very sweet of you to look after the puppy dogs. Hello, Allison. Hello. So, the words I have to report are all outliney kinds of words, so they technically don't count, but I'm going to be putting them into the manuscript tonight to try to fill in spaces that I haven't been able to fill in. So this evening, I should be making some real progress finally. So, but I'm determined. I am determined to either win Nano or get awfully close. So I have not given up. Hello, Sarah. Deb, 500 words. Yay! 500 words. Excellent. Excellent. All right, let me put that in here for you, Deb. All right, today is the 12th. Whew, 500 words. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, wait, let me go over one little bit. 2,800 is what I've got down for you, Deb. Nice. More than you had. More than you had. We're making progress. So that's what matters. Yeah, great job. Hello, Kat. How are you doing? Deb, I think your outline words should count. Oh, well, yeah, I'll put them in the manuscript, just the sentence summaries of the different parts, and then I'll start expanding them out. So that's the plan for tonight. So I like your thinking. I'm totally in with that. But anyway. So I'm actually amazed we still have as many people showing up as are showing up, because this is not an easy thing to do. And it usually dwindles quickly. And by mid-month, the people you start out doing Nano with, they rarely finish. Oh, Kat, I'm fine. No word count on the story itself, but I came up with another plot hook and some character development. Progress. Progress. Jazz hands. Progress. I know it will be good. Excellent. Ah, thank you, Deb. You guys are so sweet. So, are you finding that you're able to carve out some time, and what about Thanksgiving coming up? On the 26th, I believe it is. Yeah, in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today is Thanksgiving. Jazz hands. Are you going to be like sidelined because of cooking and doing all the things, or do you think you'll be able to keep writing? It's kind of a weird year. Some people find traditionally, up until this year, some people found the Thanksgiving break to be really useful because they were able to just, either they were on vacation or they had time off from whatever, so they were able to focus more. And other people were like, forget it. I had all of the gene pool tsunamiing in. So it really depended on the situation. I think things are just going to be normal for me. Yeah, and I don't have a lot of cooking to do. Matter of fact, I got a Gardein, some kind of chicken or turkey-ish like patty or thing, breaded, and it has some kind of stuffing in the middle. And I got a pack of 2 of those. So I'm going to try one of them and see if that's what I want to do for Thanksgiving. So, Deb, not likely on Thanksgiving. Too much food stuff to do as well as travel. There you go. There you go. Kat. Eugene, Oregon has a community Thanksgiving dinner at one of the schools, and everybody goes to that. It's pretty awesome. I hope everybody stays safe this year. I really hope everybody stays safe. So, but it sounds great. It sounds like a lot of fun. So, um, let's see here. Sarah, I'm not letting anyone into the house, so my time will be freed up a bit. Okay. Kat, I hope so too. They might do food boxes. There you go. Something to that. I used to get Whole Foods. I used to get their vegan Thanksgiving meal all the time, but I don't know. It's not, at least it wasn't super yummy. And I kept having, and there was a meal, but it was like the same thing year after year. And then since then, I think last year they were doing something different, but it didn't sound very appealing. So I don't know why some people seem to think, they think vegan and they start thinking leeks and, leeks and squash and not like, squash doesn't have a lot of taste, but like really pungent squash and leeks and um, chestnuts and all of these things where it's like things you would not normally eat. I don't know. That's just me. So the one thing I am trying to find though is a vegan pumpkin pie. My dream is to find a vegan mince pie for Christmas or in December. I love mince pie. My dad loved mince pie so much he used to have a mince pie for his birthday in early December rather than a cake. So, and I love mince pie, but good luck finding it. I remember when Sara Lee stopped making them, and I just went in and it was like discontinued, and I just went in and I just bought like a huge stack of them and put them in the freezer, but worked my way through them. Anyway, this is not talking about writing, but we have holidays coming up, so I did want to talk about that. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, I have two cats sleeping in the tree here. All right, so we have not given up. We're still trying. We're still working, and that's what matters. All right, well, since you guys seem kind of quiet, I may as well just go on to what I was going to talk about today, if that's okay with you. And this isn't specific to. This isn't like we're not going to go over. It's like grammar or something. It's not that. This is a bit like yesterday in that there's some interesting stuff that I think it's interesting, so I thought I'd share. My cat sleeping next to me. Oh, kitten. Good kitty. Good kitty. Okay. The reason I have the movie stuff going is because what I wanted to talk about today was well, first of all, there's this book I have called The Astrology of Film. Deb, sorry, I'm riding in a car so quiet. Oh, no reason to be sorry. But anyway, I've got this book, The Astrology of Film, and it's also similar. This is specific to film, but there's also things like cosmic trends. These are really about how the astrology of what's going on is affecting culture and affecting stories. And even if you don't know a lot about astrology, it can be useful. It can be useful even in the most general sense, because it also makes you able to kind of forecast a little bit of where we're going. And because your stories are going to be coming out, your stories don't come out in a vacuum. They come out and at a particular time. And the outer planets, the slow moving outer planets, have a lot of effect on what is successful and what is not in pop culture. So I hadn't. Well, anyway, I'll just. So I have a couple of things to share with you today. First of all, I wanted to talk about The Matrix, which is, I'd say, my favorite movie ever. I mean, I've seen it so many times I can't even watch it anymore. Seems strange for your favorite movie ever, but I've seen it so many times. And what this is, I thought this was really interesting. So bear with me, because this is not like, oh, I don't know astrology, so this won't affect my writing. No, nay. Let me share some stuff with you here, and then you may find it has more to do with what you're doing than you think. All right, but let's start with The Matrix. All right, The Matrix was released March 31st, 1999 in Los Angeles, California. Okay, and they even have the, oh, Cat, I had a character that's over 2 million years old. I tried to cast her chart and came up totally flummoxed. Does astrology even apply before humanity rose and codified it? Yeah. Yeah, it does. But if you go back over 2 million years, you're going to, I mean, I'm not even sure what state everything was in at that point. I think, I mean, the Earth is really old, but no, astrology does work over that period of time. The problem you're going to run into is I can't think of an astrology program that would be able to do the math. I mean, they, people are concerned about the the Julian calendar. It's like, oh, no. I'm thinking, no, Jurassic was what, 15 million years ago or something? I forget. But whenever that was, I can't remember. Procession of constellations, not the whole thing, but the stars are definitely moving. I don't know that it would be, I think you'd have to generalize, because being born on the summer solstice or the winter solstice, that would be the same. They would know that, they would be aware of that. So, but anyway, I'm afraid I don't have a lot of answers for that, but I do want to, but definitely the stars have changed, even since, the Egyptians and the Greeks and the, even then things have moved, and we're not entirely sure what effect it has. And you go back 2 million years, things are in slightly different places, but it's not completely different. And I'd be floored if we didn't have the same number of planets. And so anyway. Okay. Hey, Katie. Sorry I'm late. I was out watering my secret garden. Okay. All right. Anyway, let me get back to this. Okay. The Matrix. This was the chart. Apparently, if you're into this sort of thing, that's what the chart looked like when the Matrix came out. And the main thing here is, Saturn right here. It looks like a 5, sort of. And then Neptune right there. That looks like the trident, Neptune's trident. And these are square. These are in a 90-degree angle to each other. And then we have Uranus here, the rebel planet, and it is sitting on the south node because it's opposite the north node. Okay, but we're really going to be talking about this Saturn square Neptune. And since the outer planets move so slowly, it's important. When the Matrix was released at the end of March in 1999, Saturn and Neptune were square each other. Okay. This aspect signifies a conflict between the integration of these two planets. Okay, if any planet in the movie release chart corresponds to Morpheus, it would most likely be Neptune. What archetype better relates to the concept of morphing, the transitional change from one image to another, than Neptune, the planet of image and illusion? In mythology, Morpheus, son of Hypnos, is the god of dreams and is associated with sleep. Neptune rules sleep and dreams. Okay? This chart, the chart for the matrix, the chart's Neptune is in Aquarius, the sign ruled by freedom-loving Uranus, which makes sense. He was kind of head of the resistance kind of thing, or nearly. Morpheus squares off against the agents. Squares off against the agents. Their slow speech, controlled movements, emotional detachment, and positions of authority correspond to Saturn. So it was, when the movie was released, you had freedom-loving Neptune in Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, squaring off against cold, rule-based Saturn. So, now Neo, there are positive and negative signs to Saturn, but I think the agents were certainly not a positive one. Morpheus, by Neptune, teaches Neo that the rules, Saturn is all about rules. Morpheus teaches Neo that the rules, Saturn, of the matrix can be bent, some can even be broken. So there's old Neptune, which dissolves, bends, weakens the structure of the rules and time. Another expression of the Saturn-Neptune square is the struggle between reality, the reality of Saturn, and the illusion, which is Neptune. Cypher despises the world of Saturn, so much that he made a deal with Agent Smith. Cypher will be reinserted into the Matrix and forget everything in exchange for giving information leading to the location and capture of Saturn, which is Saturn, of Morpheus. That would be location is on a map, it's structure, capture a physical thing. One negative expression of Neptune is escapism. For Cypher, the daily grind of his life is so difficult to bear that he prefers permanent delusion. So, when it came out, this is what was in the sky, and literally, like, what is this? Like 40 minutes, less than a degree apart in the square. 40 minutes apart. That's very powerful. And it's when ideas come into the world, come out into the world, and coincide with these major astrological things that you get things that can take off. So, hello everybody. Yeah, there's some other really neat stuff in here. there's Spielberg. It goes through um, some of his films and how different aspects that were hitting different parts of his chart coincided with some of the subject matter of what the movies he was making. Is there anything else in here? Okay, I think that's it for in here. Okay, I don't think that's necessarily. There are other films mentioned in here. Obviously, it's the astrology of film, but that was, hello, Catherine. But that was a big thing. Now, in Cosmic Trends, there are a couple of interesting things, because this is talking also not just about film, but it's also talking about other things happening in culture. But here they were saying in 1998, Neptune moved into Aquarius and began a trine, which is a 120-degree angle, which is positive. In 1998, Neptune moved into Aquarius, began to trine. That's like a square. It's a nice aspect. Trined the oldest members of the Pluto in Libra generation. The trine is an angle that is warm and positive. It inspires a sense of well-being. The movie Titanic was released in December 1997, just 1 month before Neptune began to trine the Pluto in Libra generation. And as the movie began to shatter all box office records, Neptune moved into Aquarius. So that may have had something to do with that. Hang on. There was an interesting thing here about jeans, of all things, because this is Cosmic Trends. I think you'll like this one. Blue jeans, denim. Blue jeans, I love this, made their first appearance in the latter part of the 19th century when Neptune was in Taurus. Neptune is often fads. But anyway, what Neptune was in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign and symbolizing the land, stamina, and agriculture. The first blue jeans had strong rivets at stress points. Early blue jeans were not meant to be a fashion statement, but rather were seen as sturdy, wearable clothing on the farm and on the Wild West frontier. When Neptune entered Gemini, jeans multiplied. Sears Roebuck began offering several different styles, and Levi's competed with Wrangler. When Neptune entered Leo, the sign of the individual and creative expression, in the 1920s, blue jeans became a statement of individual expression. An artist colony in Santa Fe, New Mexico, for example, adopted blue jeans as a way of saying, "We are different." When Neptune was in service-oriented Virgo, during World War II, jeans were worn in the factory. They became identified with a patriotic effort to win the war. There was a feeling of service and unity associated with jeans. In the 1960s, when Neptune was in Scorpio, blue jeans became an anti-fashion statement. De rigueur apparel for counterculture youth. You can't hold those Scorpios down. In the 70s and early 80s, Neptune went into Sagittarius, which gave us the first designer jeans. In 1995, when Neptune was in Capricorn, so this is moving into Capricorn. We've talked a lot about Capricorn these past few years because Trump is the biggest, ugliest rock in Capricorn that Pluto could find to kick up and show us what needs to be kicked out of Capricorn so good things can flourish. So in 1995, when Neptune was in Capricorn, IBM stopped requiring its employees to wear business suits. and blue jeans became part of the corporate sphere on casual Fridays and were a Capricorn fashion statement at work. As astrologer Liz Green points out, during Neptune and Capricorn, blue jeans also had a touch of nostalgia for the vanished past of the Wild West. Capricorn loves nostalgia. And when Neptune entered the air sign of Aquarius in 1998, blue jeans became loose and baggy, filled with more air than leg. They were unconventional, worn by hip-hop performers, and adopted as quirky youth attire. And if any of you know, you remember jeans back around the millennium, they were just huge and falling, and they were definitely statements of rebellion. So, and then also throughout the 70s, when Neptune was in Sagittarius, which is a very youthful sign, and it's also the sign of expansion. Biggest planet, biggest gas giant. Hello, dear. Picture one of those Miro disco balls turning, reflecting the shimmering club lights. Disco, a fashion and music trend, captured the public imagination in the 70s, was Neptunian. Disco also originated in clubs where dancing was fueled by drugs and alcohol, both of which relate to Neptune. Trump is a Gemini. Throughout the 70s, Neptune was in Sagittarius. Young people, associated with youth, donned white suits and disco dresses, adopting the quintessential Neptune and Sagittarius dance floor pose made famous by John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. One arm extended, finger pointing skyward. Neptune is fashion, and one of the key words for Sagittarius is expansion. So during this time, we had fashion expansion, platform shoes, broad padded shoulders, and Elton John's oversized sunglasses. So Neptune is kind of the culture. I'm trying to think if there's something else in here. This book is dated in the sense where this was written just before everything started moving into Capricorn. So it's heavy on what it will be like. And what it would be like during that time, which we're actually coming out of. But it does have things like glimpses of 2020, Jupiter meets Saturn. So every 20 years, we get a Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. And so I don't know that I've got anything specific. It does talk about a Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is a perfect marker for comedy. I don't know if any of you are. I don't know if any of you are writing comedy. I am. Well, humorous. I don't know if it's laugh out loud, but I don't know if you guys want me to go through all of this, but anyway. Yeah, for instance, in 1980, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction was in Libra. And things like Seinfeld and Friends were two quintessential television comedies about modern relationships. And because when I was born, my Pluto is the beginning of Libra. And the Pluto and Libra generation could be summarized in as the Latchkey Kids and Kramer versus Kramer and things like that. I mean, of course, there had been divorce before then, but this Pluto plowing through Libra was showing all the cracks and weakness in this idea of these lifetime partnerships and the balance you have to maintain to keep those going. So the fact that that conjunction in Libra was redefining relationships, of course it was. So anyway, Studio 54, yep. Sarah, I think my dad had the Travolta pose airbrushed on the back of a shirt at one point in the 70s. Has anyone read the book The Luminaries? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll have to check it out. I thought my dad's corduroy pants were... I don't know what daggy means. Sorry. Dad would like to try some comedy. Okay, well, let me say, that was talking about that. Let me go back. Okay. Think of Saturn. This is why it rules comedy. Think of Saturn as the starched shirt official, and Jupiter is the revelers at a carnival. When they combine, the starched shirt gets doused with wine and confetti. Comic styles and types of popular humor can be traced through the different Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions, going all the way back to like 1881. Jupiter-Saturn, the conjunction was in Taurus. Mark Twain used the very earthy Taurian characters of Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn to poke fun at America's gilded, uptight materialism. The conjunction in Capricorn in 1901, vaudeville presented the stand-up stage comedian. Think of Capricorn, he's going to be stage, so elevated. A person standing alone against an audience. True, that's that also. Comedians became actors wearing personas and masks. Risque, earthy humor began its slow and steady cultural ascent. In 1921, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction was in Virgo. It's a sign of the craftsperson. The Little Tramp of Charlie Chaplin personified Virgoan humor. Likewise, Buster Keaton portrayed the working man. And the Marx Brothers spent movie after movie deflating the pompous society matrons. Well, it makes sense. But if also with that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Virgo, so that kind of Virgo energy, it makes sense because if you think about it, Chaplin and Buster Keaton, they were amazing craftsmen. And actually, the Marx Brothers were too. But I mean, Buster Keaton with the things falling and then Charlie Chaplin, you know, even dancing with the potatoes. I mean, they were craftspeople. So, jokester and the straight man. Yep. Okay, when in 1940, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Taurus, Abbott and Costello, Bob Hope, and Jack Benny all possessed the soothing and easygoing Taurian style of comedy suited for television, the new cool medium for a new nation. Well, a new nation as far as the way things changed in 1940. Okay, in 1961, the conjunction was again in Capricorn. Capricorn is associated with masks as well. The clown mask of Red Skelton made him among the most popular comedians of the 60s. Comedians like Bob Newhart developed dry, understated personas. And if there's anything that's that sort of dry, understated wit, it's Capricorn. Smothers Brothers poke fun at the powerful and the elite. And Monty Python created a topsy-turvy comic world. So in 1980, we got the conjunction Libra, Seinfeld and Friends. And of course, you had Saturday Night Live trying to balance the scales by poking gentle fun at the rich, powerful, and self-important, which is kind of what comedy's supposed to do. All right, so In 2000, there are only 2 more entries here. In 2000, the conjunction was once again in Taurus. Very earthy humor abounded. Movies such as The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Austin Powers in Goldmember, and Meet the Fockers. Featured the comedy of down-to-earth bodily functions. The easygoing style of late-night, easy-to-take couch potato comedy was popular. That's true. That's true. And then in 2020, the conjunction is going to be in Aquarius. Internet comedians will be on the rise. Global humor will bridge cultures. Look for great satirists to pop balloons, poking fun at grandiose ideas and schemes. Inhaling the helium of inflated concepts and talking silly. We need humor more than ever to keep us grounded. So, toilet humor, yeah. Let's see. 80s power dressing is back big time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I have to say I was surprised when Melania, when Trump came into office, and it really surprised me how, I mean, because people were, Melania was not popular. And I was really surprised that so many people kept up that same hairstyle. Because she had, you know, that very popular, just so, and you know, that's a choice to look like that. Hello, dear. And I'm surprised so many people like that hairstyle was not instantly like, you don't want that hairstyle, but that's what happened. But I do notice now that we're starting to move back into kind of more curl, more the fashion of women's fashion of the early 80s was was kind of inspired a little bit by Edwardian fashion. So with the high necked, remember the high neck shirts, and you know, the big with the big bows and the curled hair. It was, and even like actual like Edwardian style shirts. So I think we're heading back toward hints of that, but a much more relaxed version and much more high-tech version. Kat, I can't stand toilet humor. Me neither. But Deb, yeah, we do need humor. Deb, wow, the astrologies were on the mark for this comedy styles. Yeah, so what we're moving into is very Aquarius heavy. Very Aquarius heavy. We're going to have this Saturn Jupiter conjunction in Aquarius, but also, hello, dear. Pluto in a few years is going to enter Aquarius. Even after the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, it's going to, you know, they're just entering Aquarius. They're going to be there for quite a bit of time here. Both planets will be in Aquarius, and then Pluto is going to go into Aquarius and start plowing through everything that isn't strong, everything that is weak or corrupt or bad about Aquarian topics or subjects. So in Aquarius it's ruled by Uranus, which is rebellious, but it's really Aquarius is really about humanitarianism, but it's also a very free thinker. Technology is huge. It's friends, rather than say like the seventh house, which is Libra, which rules marriage, or the eighth house, which rules the kind of intimacy you get after marriage, 7th house, 8th house. Over in the 11th house, you have Aquarius, which rules friends and polyamorous relationships. And there's less of a there's less of a gender divide. This is what we're moving into. So, Katie, COVID has forced a change in fashion, harder to get your hair done, so more casual. Yes, but also we're in front of cameras more. So on the one hand, it needs to be more casual, but on the other hand, you almost feel pressured to make an effort. So I think I mean, trust me, someone who has their face on camera every day and who's, is wearing jeans, you do feel the need to put on some makeup, to curl the hair, to do something, to wear the nails, to something. But Catherine, Sebastian, The Luminaries is a murder mystery set in 1866 in New Zealand. It's structured with astrology, including horoscope charts. It's really long, 700 plus pages. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I'll have to check that out. Deb, I'm Aquarius. Hope it will be good. Allison, the Seinfeld puffy shirt. Yep. So, yeah. So while not everybody's into astrology, and you don't necessarily want to stop whatever you're writing and go, oh, yes, I want to write something that's more in line with the times or the planets or whatever. Ultimately, we also express some of the things that are going on in our culture. I mean, writing novels is our way of processing emotions, processing what we're going through, what we've gone through. And in the same way, there's no way to even draw a still life or draw what's on your desk or something simple as that without revealing so much about your inner self, your inner world. Same way with novels. You could write something that is considered formulaic, but how you write it, the emotions you choose to focus on, the way you describe things, the extremes that you give some characters is all going to flow from you. And that is also going to, and you're constantly, your subconscious is constantly sifting through all of this cultural input, not just, and now and in the past, but there's certainly something to be said that if you can tap into the zeitgeist, of course, you're going to be more commercially successful. But it's also just getting through life. Sorry, my hair, it's dry in here, and sorry, my hair is getting kind of staticky. It was starting to stick to my face. Sorry about that. So, Deb, I used to hang out with some polyamorous pagans. They were highly advanced. Good for them. And we're entering a time in culture where things like that will not be as taboo. KD, I used to have 2 YouTube channels and had a platinum pixie cut. Woo! Now no YouTube and have shoulder-length natural silver hair. I understand. Allison, wigs are more prevalent nowadays. Yes. You can just pop that on and do your thing and then take it off and relax. So, all right. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that today. I always thought that was really interesting. And I mean, that's why I got this. I got this book specifically, Astrology of Film. There are not that many books. I years ago, I got the Sign of the Times, the Neptune Factor, which has to do with how Neptune Neptune's effect on um, different cycles, social mores, psychological attitudes, but also um, culture, culture in general, movies, books, art, of course, because Neptune rules art, the unconscious. Um, so, and it's like these 3 books, I dug out these 3 books out of my collection, and this is kind of all I have. And I have a lot of books, and I've gotten rid of a lot of books, but these are not common. These are not easy to find. Well, I mean, these are probably easy enough to find, but I think I had to get this one secondhand. This one I think is still in print. I'm not sure. It's Llewellyn. They're usually pretty good. Actually, this and this are Llewellyn. They don't keep everything still in print, but they keep a lot of things. And this Astrology for Film, I just bought last year. I happened to run across it. So not easy to find, but I think really useful for someone who's creating, trying to be an artist in the culture. So, all right. Anyway. Catherine, astrologer Jessica Adams often relates Chiron to punk rock. That would make sense. That would make a lot. That would make a lot of sense. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Kat. Well, anyway, so that's going to do it for me for today. That you are part of culture. What you're writing is a part of culture. And we're going to make progress. One day, maybe Saturday or Sunday, I haven't decided yet. I may not have anything to share. Nothing special to share that day, because one of the days this weekend, I want to just do a write as many words as I can. I don't think I'm youth. Back in the day, occasionally I could do 10,000 word days. I'm not expecting that. But what I'm thinking is just taking one day this weekend and just writing as much as I possibly can all day long. I mean, obviously I have a daily live stream on the other channel, and I'll be here at 4, but yeah, just seeing how many words I can get in one day. So yeah, one day this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I haven't decided which. I won't have anything to share other than exhaustion and hopefully lots of words. So anyway, all right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this with me. Makes a big difference. Katie, I need to do that as well. Well, is there any day? Is there a particular? I'm down. Let's do this. All right, pick what day works for you guys, Saturday or Sunday? What do you think? Catherine, do you think we could do a live Zoom chat one day? Sure. I'm sure we could. Gosh, it's got to be what 2 a.m. for you or something horrible? Yikes. Either's good for me. Katie's saying Sunday. Sunday? Saturday? Sunday, Saturday. Word sprints, maybe. Allison, I have Neptune rising, a blessing and a curse. Allison, coincidentally, I have Saturn on my ascendant. So I've got the opposite problem. Thank you, Deb. Katie's usually offline on Sunday. What do you think, Sarah? Are you down? Do you think you could do it Sunday? Super writing day on Sunday? Would that work for you? Hello, pumpkin. Pumpkin's cleaning himself. Cat, I have Mercury on my ascendant. Katie, I can switch. Hey, Sarah, are you still there? What do you think, kitten? Saturday or Sunday? What do you think? I may not be available on Sunday afternoon, kids stuff, but if that's what works for everyone else, I'll be with you in spirit. Okay, Katie, can you switch so we'll do it Saturday? Because I think we all need a push. I know I do. Deb's saying either's good. Saturday works for Katie. Okay, Sarah, how about you? Saturday? Does that work? Catherine's flexible. Thank you. Are you gonna join in Saturday? However much you can get written. Saturday's amazing. Saturday it is. All right, Saturday, the day after tomorrow. It's going to be writing palooza. It's going to be writing day. So yeah. Whew. All right, Saturday. That's what we'll do. We're crazy, but it's good crazy. It's creative crazy. That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. All right, I'm going to go see about trying to find some dinner. Hungry. But thank you so much for everything. You guys are great. You guys are great. All right. That sounds like a plan. All right, then. Catter Day. That's probably more accurate. Catter Day. All right. You guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Try to get what writing in that you can. Less that we have to do Saturday. All right. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good night and or morning or whatnot. So hang in there and I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck. Good luck. Keep writing.